Okay, here we are. We're in Croatia, everyone. If you haven't caught on to what I've been doing the last few months, and we're on the Pelješac Peninsula, and it's a famous spot for growing the grape Plavac Mali. And I'm here with famous and soon to be extraordinarily famous vineyard manager Arsen. Say hello, Arsen!
Hi!
Hi! Hey Arsen, I want to hear a little bit about the soil and why you think it's so special and so perfect for Plavac Mali, the grape.
So special.
Yeah.
So special.
Talk about the soil a little bit.
How's called that? Carbonate or which kind of soil is? I really don't know say it.
Right.
In English, lots of rock.
Yep.
And not so deep.
Okay. So the vines are pretty shallow.
Yes, and
Okay.
in summertime, lost moisture.
Okay.
And give you high quality.
Okay.
And this area you can see over camera, but it's angled to the water.
Right.
And have two things: sun over summer, 3 months, probably 3 months, maybe sometimes more. No rain.
Right.
And have insulation for water.
Okay.
That give you more things
More
for
heat.
high quality.
Yep. More heat.
More heat, yes.
So we've been talking a lot about this directional and this degree of angle and how there's a really beautiful reflection that comes up off of the water that gives the grapes an insulation.
Yes.
And I'm also here with the winemaker of Corte Catarina's wines, Nika.
Hi.
Hi. We were talking about how Plavac Mali also being a pretty thick grape.
Yeah, very resistant.
Very resistant, even though the bunches are tight.
But it has a pretty firm skin, so it doesn't need a lot of protection, a lot of chemicals.
Right.
In the good years, just 1 or 2 protections.
Yeah.
For disease.
Right. So sustainability, definitely a huge piece to it. Of course, you can't go 100% organic, but we're trying to be as sustainable as possible. And you can see that the soil here is pretty intense rock. So you have this rock that really holds this moisture in. This is a new vineyard that was just recently, was it planted last year, you said?
Last year.
Okay. And so this is the lower post-up.
Yes.
Yes.
And above us we have a couple of pieces. I don't think we could see from here. We'll have to catch it again on the way up, but actually vines that are close to 25, 30 years old, I think.
Yeah.
First
That's
terrace,
upper about 25, 30 year olds.
Okay.
This here on these poles, iron poles, that's probably about 5, 6.
Okay. Now I actually heard somebody say today that they're trying to make first vintages on, they're trying to be the first to claim that they can make first vintage on second year. Sounds crazy to me.
It was just a little bit.
So-
We left
Yeah.
1 grape per wine.
Yeah,
It
right.
was maybe 20% of each, of
Right.
all amount young grapes. We
Right.
were very careful about that.
Yep. And then also near the winery, we've moved away from the winery a little bit. We'll do some more here from the barrel room, but right on property, they've planted Zinfandel. And talk about the relationship between Zinfandel and, of course, Plavac Mali.
I have some relationship. Maybe Nika better knows about it.
We were
Well,
talking.
Zinfandel, it's
Like cousin.
its
between-
Croatian name is Crljenak,
Uh-huh.
and it's a parent of Plavac Mali. It's proven by DNA
Okay.
method,
Yep.
and it's we like to call it American Croatian connection. Well, I think it was spreaded much more in the past, Zinfandel in Croatia, but then Plavac replaced it, probably because of the resistance to disease
Right,
and the later ripening.
right.
Because here is very warm and we need to pick up Zinfandel in the middle of August when it's very. And before, when wineries didn't have such a good conditions of cooling and controlling temperature,
Right,
it was more simple to adjust with the harvest.
with the harvest
Yeah, it was
and
easier
pick it up
to
a little bit.
vinification to
Mhm.
be in October and not in August or something.
Right, right. And we were talking about harvesting the Plavac in September.
September, end of September.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes come and October.
Okay.
October. Before was October, almost never September.
Right.
But
Every
probably
year
climatic
earlier.
or something changed, and now it's earlier than before.
Right. So after we leave here, we're gonna go to the Dingatch, right?
Yes.
And that is really, it's kind of tucked around the other side of this area, right? It's on the left-hand side of where we are.
Yes, same south side.
South.
That's almost same position, same soil.
Yep.
The bigger inclination.
Yes.
Bigger inclination, and again, like you said, the degree, so that you are almost tipped. The grapes are almost tipped upright
And it's much
to
deeper.
receive more
Much.
sun.
Much
The vines
deeper.
grow.
Some spots.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for
That's our
sharing.
modern vineyard. You'll see. This is more traditional.
This is a modern. Going to be modern vineyard and old one and old fashion, old traditional vineyard.
Right.
This new way.
Right. Now, also in the Dingatch, you were the first to pick the vines up off the ground and start to trellis them too, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal, Arsen. I mean, you think you're not going to be famous, you're going to be a pretty big deal, you two. So, anyways, we're gonna film again over in the Dingatch, but I wanted you to just get a good look, and you can't see much here because obviously with a very young vine, but we'll see more here in a minute. Thanks.